Hello, JCC Yogis. It's Therese. I'm back for the fourth session of the yoga series. Today will be asymmetrical poses, symmetrical poses. So one side of the body working is the asymmetrical. Symmetrical is when you're in symmetry with two sides of the body working, and we'll call it out as I go through it. You'll notice that we do asymmetrical poses to get the right and the left sides of our body to equal out and to be just as strong from one side to the other. We use symmetrical poses to even out our bodies from front to back. An example of asymmetrical would be a runner's lunge, symmetrical chair pose. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of what we're doing today. We had 3 other sessions. It started out with hips and shoulders. It moved on to back bends, forward bends, balancing shapes, and now the asymmetrical, symmetrical. This one, I'd like to put it all together into one so that we can kind of incorporate all of what we've learned in the first ones. If you've not done those first, you may want to work through those and then come to this one. So have some fun with it. Grab 2 blocks if you have them, or something close to the shape of and height of a block that you could use, maybe a book for standing poses that you're not able to totally touch the floor. These blocks are handy. They can be at any height for your hands. Grab a towel or a blanket for your knees. We're going to be doing a couple of shapes also on the knees, so you maybe want to take a little bit of pressure off the knees. Anything else you need that you know of? Water. Always pause the video if you need to take a break and come on back. Everything is a group practice, so if it doesn't work for you today, it may for you tomorrow. So you can either bypass it or go back to something that feels good for you. I will call out a couple different ways to approach different shapes that may help you enjoy them a little bit more. So with that said, we'll begin our practice. And today we'll start on our back. You've got 2 blocks or 2 blanket rolls or something that if you want them underneath your thighs, you take them to that place for you. That will just give you a little bit more support as you roll back onto your back. You'll be in what's called Baddha Konasana, which is cobbler's pose. Reclined cobbler's pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. We take those shoulders down the back. We drop those shoulders down, back, and in. Lift up that breastbone. Draw your attention inside. And just notice the body settling into the back side of your body. Notice that your shoulders can relax down, back, and in. Your palms are faced up, ready to receive, ready to let go. You're getting a nice stretch here through those inner adductor muscles. These are inner thigh muscles that are quite weak and quite tight in most people. So we're stretching them out here. If you did this same shape, and I think we did it when we did the hips, I started it seated, and I did suggest that if you have issues with your hips, you may want to roll back. So any of these shapes that we take that are hip openers may be nicer if you're on your back. So let's go ahead and just slowly breathe in and out, taking the belly into a rise and the belly into a fall. And if you feel comfortable expanding that a bit, it's belly rising, ribs will expand, collarbones will lift. And then on the out breath, belly falls, ribs contract, and collarbones reside in the chest. This is about breath. This is about finding the peace inside your body by using the breath, using movement, marrying the two together, and enjoying the practice of yoga. So today, right now, we've started in what we call a symmetrical pose. Both sides of our body are doing the same thing. Add a lift to the arms. As you take those arms back, it's now symmetrical. The legs will close and the arms will come down and the legs will open. Inhale, lift back. Let your mantra fall into those palms as you reach them back. Notice your side body opening up as you reach back. Notice the closure of the legs and then the opening of the legs. You may want to remove the blocks if you've got them underneath the thighs. For this part, you may be able to open a little bit wider. So breathe in, breathe out. We're working symmetry right now. Then interlace those fingers. Leave those knees open. Interlace the fingers as they come back. Press the palms away and stretch out long. Breathe in, breathe out. Open up. Softening. Bringing those knees up to the sky. We've got soles of the feet to the floor. We'll take the arms out wide to the sides and then bend them at the elbows. We'll take fingertips to the sky, drop them forward. Bring it all the way back again. All the way up and forward. And if your hands don't touch either behind you or all the way down in front of you, it's not a concern. Do not go past your range of motion. Just take it to where you feel comfortable. Next arm movement will be out to the sides. Ground in through those hips. Ground in through those feet. And let's just take our fingers down for a moment to touch those heels, making sure that we are, as best as we can, we have the stacking of the ankle and the knee in one straight vertical line. We take those arms out wide and we really reach right off the shoulder, thinking about the integrity of that shoulder joint as well. Lift all 10 toes and then softly lay them back down. No gripping of the toes. Press the balls of the feet in, press the heels in. And as hips lift up, the arms will close. Your eyes will close. Your eyes stay closed as your hips move back down and the arms open back wide. Bring it on up, push the tail forward, engage through the core. Lower it down. You may notice that your 10 pads of your fingers are not actually finding each other as easily as you think they should. Well, guess what? You've got to wake up those proprioceptors, and that's what we're doing now. And you need to do it with your eyes closed so you can find the awareness, find that body can move freely. We're safe with moving with our eyes closed here. Last one, we pull those palms together, hips have come to their highest point. We drop those hands into our heart center. We seal our mantra in. Softly reach those arms all the way up and back. Move those hips back down. Finish these back bends as beautifully as you did them. Palms find the earth. Take your feet out wide into a happy baby. Grab the outer blades, great toes. You can grab the ankles. We rock side to side. Move through that spine from right to left. Energize. We compress into one side. We open up the other. We're feeding that spine some nutrients. We bring those legs back center. Take the right thigh, wrap it across the left. Maybe you can grab under those shoelaces. Under those soles, and wrap your fingers around where your shoelaces are. Take those feet side to side. You're squeezing inner thighs. You're going to feel this in your right hip. So let it feel good in that hip. We'll bring our nose up towards our knees. And if you're moving with me, oh, my microphone's going to fall off. Hang on. If you're going to move with me, we're going to roll all the way up to seated. Stack those knees, and I'm going to turn around so you see the knee stacking. If you need to use blocks anywhere to help facilitate the shape, use blocks. We've got knees stacked. We've got shoulders back. Little bit more hip opening when you're up vertical. So let's take two arms up again. Reach them high. Take a look up. Take them down. We're working back into shoulders. Working long sides of the body. And down. Last one, we lift up. Last one, we take it down. We'll take those arms out wide to the sides. Tap your fingers to the shoulders. Tap your elbows together. Drop them down, up and around, down, up and around. Last one, down, up and around. When elbows touch again, they go up, back and around. I'm trying to keep your mind off your hips. Up, back and around. And last one, up, back and around. We go wide with those elbows. We pull them in. We open up. Pull them in. Notice those shoulders. You can feel those joints up there. Ball and socket joints. And close them and open them. We'll grab a hold of those feet again. If you're comfortable moving back down to the ground with this, you tuck your chin, you round your shoulders, hollow out your navel, roll all the way back to the ground, and you'll separate those legs and take side two. Stretch them out and sweep the left one over the top of the right. Bend both knees, pull them into your chest, and then grab those shoelaces with those fingers. Palms are resting against the soles of your feet. Your back of the neck is probably longer than mine. I'm trying to work this microphone so it doesn't fall off. But you want a long back of the neck without any crinkles. Stretch those legs wide. You might be staying here, and that's fine. Hold the shape. Otherwise, if you're coming up, you roll it up. Stack the knees. I'll turn around again. This time left leg is on top. You're squeezing in those inner thighs. You're working your lymphatic system here as you squeeze into inner thighs. We'll take arms all the way up to the sky. We'll bring them halfway down. The palms are up. Notice now the thumb is going to turn up, forward, down, and back. You make a full rotation in your shoulder socket. Your head turns to the right. Palms come back to the sky, head moves to center. Again, thumbs up, forward, down, back. You can move it a little faster if you want. Head goes left. And bring it back through center. Two more times, one to each side. Thumb up, forward, down, back, looking right. And center it up. And thumb up, forward, down, back, and looking left. And center it up. Two arms come high. Finish it beautifully, bringing hands into the heart space. And we'll grab a hold of those feet again. So the pelvic area, hips are one place that holds a lot of emotional tension. So as we open this up, we stretch those legs a little bit wider again to each side. Squeeze those inner thighs one more time to get that left hip as open as you can, and then take two legs all the way up, reach them up, and kick through the heels. Bring your hands to your hamstrings, bring your knees into a bend, and slowly roll this halfway up. Drop your shoulders, no momentum, use your core to lift up. Once you're up, shins are parallel, shoulders are down your back. So I forgot to say bring your blocks close by, but bring your blocks close by here. Soften here. You can hold the legs, you can float the hands, you can do whatever you want. You can put your forearms down, your palms down. We're going to work through our ankles. We got to wake our feet up. So you've got 25% of the bones of your body and your ankles and feet. You've got the 33 joints and 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments. So if you want to be healthy and strong upright, you've got to work into those legs at the lower end down there. The things we forget about, those feet, let's roll them out. Every day, let those pops and creaks be moved out of your joints. And roll them the other way. Remember, you can be resting down on forearms if this is too much. Breathe in, breathe out. We'll tuck our chin, round our shoulders, hollow out your navel, take a gentle roll back, and take a gentle roll forward. Notice your abdominals released and relaxed, and they let go there. So grab 2 blocks, place them in your palms with arms out. Can you still zip up and get nice and tall? Drop the shoulders. No blocks if you'd rather not. We're bringing them in. We're bringing them out. So when you're balancing now on 2 sits bones and a tail, and you're adding all this movement between doing the ankle work and doing this arm work, it's much tougher to balance. So when you're falling, you're not falling by standing still. So we find balance while we're moving, whether it be on our bum, on our feet, on our hands and knees. Last one, pull it in, zip up tall. Go ahead and take those blocks down, draw those knees in, wrap your arms around your shins, grab those elbow tips if you can, settle into a long, tall spine, and turn your head to the right. We're back symmetry here. Look at this, nice symmetrical movement in stump pose. We were in symmetry in our baby boat pose, but we were working our arms at the same time, which made that symmetry a little harder. So working your head just side to side. And once you get back center, drop that chin down, shake out your head. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, swinging the legs around to table. This may be where you want to take your towel or blanket under the knees. Remember the posture, the breath, and the attitude. Talked about that in the beginning of the sessions. That's what this whole yoga shape, posture, breath, attitude, everything in yoga is all linked to that. So think about where I'm at now, my posture. My hands are flat, my fingers are wide. My shoulder, my elbow, my wrists are stacked. My hip and my knee are stacked. The tops of my feet are pushing into the ground. Some of you may have your toes curled under. Notice that your hips need to be level. The crown of your head moves forward. That's your posture. Your breath is being worked with the cat pose and the cow pose. So let's start with the cow. We take an inhale to lift up. That's your breath in. We take that tail under, round the spine, broaden the shoulders. That's your breath out. Then when you link the breath, the movement, the posture is a good foundation, you're going to find that your attitude just sort of falls into place because you feel good inside. So we're using our tail. Notice that we're getting a flexion and extension. So here's your flexion is in your cat pose. Really broaden the shoulders, navel drawn in, chin to chest. And your flexion is in your cow pose. Stretching tail up, letting belly drop, letting the heart and head lift. So we'll take those palms and move them to the sides. Maybe your palms will turn all the way fingers towards you so you can get a little stretch through your inner arms as well. Again, the stacking of the arms, the stacking of the knees, and the movement coordinated with breath. So we use an in-breath, we find the cow pose. We take the tail under, we use our out-breath, we broaden the shoulders, chin to chest, we find the cat pose. And we come back to neutral. We soften those hands back forward slowly, carefully. And then we bend into each wrist and we let that wrist push into the ground just to get tension out of the wrists. And then come back into table, hands and knees. Draw those knees together underneath you. Take the right leg behind you. Kick that heel to the sky, toes to the floor, and push the heel away from you. Level out your hips, and if you feel comfortable lifting your left arm, we stretch the arm out along with the right leg. So pull the shoulder back in the shoulder socket. This is beautiful balancing shape. Takes a lot of core to hold this shape. So you're doing a good core workout as well as a balance. Then if you're adding on to it, if you need to put the hand back down, go ahead and flatten the palm back down. Otherwise, squeeze in on your out breath. Draw nose and knee to touch. Draw elbow into waistband. Use your in-breath to lengthen. Use your out-breath to draw in and squeeze. So this is wonderful meditative work that brings your body into a de-stress. Drop that stress level and watch that attitude improve. Last one. Stretch it long, reach it out, bend into that back leg, reach around, grab a hold of those shoelaces from either the inside or the outside of the foot, maybe over the top, wherever you can reach it. This is where you kick the foot into the hand, you push that shin away from you, you open up into your back bend, and the tension that you create with the kick is what drives the shape. It makes the shape by just kicking, breathing, and reaching. So you're doing a dancer's pose basically in table position. Stretch it out again, front to back. Finish it up, hand down, knee down. Take child's pose with wide legs and release those wrists. So snuggle your hips to your heels. Draw the seat to the feet. Walk those palms out forward if you can stretch long with the arms. And soften your forehead to the mat, connecting with Mother Earth with your forehead on the mat. You're resetting your nervous system as you work into this balasana, which is child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Walk hands to the right side. Stretch that left hip down. Add that left palm across the back of the right and really work that left hip towards the heel, forehead towards the mat, and touch that mat with the forehead or a block or towel underneath your head. Walk back through center, stretch long again. You made some space. Enjoy that flexibility. Get your body used to it. It will remember it. Let's walk to the other side, moving hands left, moving right hip to the right heel, and moving right hand to the back of the left hand. Set down a little bit deeper into the shape. Find your slow, beautiful breath and walk back center. So hopefully your wrists are ready to begin side two as we come up to table, hands and knees. Always take time for your foundation and bone stack. Bone stacking is the key to success, to trust your body when you move into anything. You want to find bone stacking. So I'm going to pull two knees together in the center of my body. I'll stretch my left leg out behind. The heel is up, the toes are down, and the hips are level. If I have the right attitude and the right strength and the proper alignment, I can stretch my right arm out with it. Use the strength of your core to draw that navel into backbone. The shoulder pulls back into the shoulder socket. We held this nice And long, deep, easy breaths to hold this nice and stable. And then maybe you put your right hand down and just drew the knee into the nose, or you pulled everything in, and we've got 4 of these to enjoy. So lengthen and reach on your in-breath, round it out, squeeze into the chest, elbow into the hip, draw nose and knee together on your out-breath. And we've got our last one, pull in, squeeze. Lengthen and reach. Bend into that back leg. If your arm is down, need to have it up now if you're going to reach around to take a hold of those shoelaces. Again, foot kicks into hand, shin kicks away from you. Body finds a back bend here as you find this tabletop dancer's pose. Beautiful breath in and out. Nice work, everybody. I can feel your energy. I feel your strength. Stretch it out front to back. And we drop the right hand back down. Bring the knee back down. Sit back towards your heels. Sit back and draw those arms long. Knees are together. Hands will reach behind you. Interlace the fingers. Press those knuckles away. Forehead to the mat. 2 arms lift high. Get those arms up. Feel the shoulders. Get some stretch in there. Right shoulder dips down. Take a look left. Give me a smile. And we come back through center. Forehead back to the mat. Lift the arms. Take that left shoulder down. Look right. Give me another smile. Maybe your camera's on the other side. Back through center. Lift those knuckles one more time. And then take the hands down to the low back to release. We'll bring ourselves through to the top of a push-up. Top of a push-up is going to be for you, maybe on your knees, maybe it's on the feet, maybe hands and feet, maybe knees and hands. So you walk it out right, left, press it out, drop the heel, swing the hips, shake the head, do whatever feels good for you. Lift those hips a little bit higher. Stretch back a little longer, chest to thigh, nose to knee, chin to chest. Look through the legs or up at the navel. Have your blocks handy at the front of the mat. And let's take that right leg all the way up into a 3-legged dog. As you pull that leg up, pull your chest back. Keep those hips level. Push through the heel into the wall behind you. Bend that right knee, stack and open the hips now. Your job is to keep those armpits hollowed out. They are equally at the front edge of the mat and they're hollowed out. Knee is high, tap it to the inner aspect of the left leg. Lift high, tap in, lift high. Last one, tap in. Lift it back up, circle that knee. So guess what we're doing? We're working into the hip, right? Oiling up that hip. We circle the other direction. We take a look forward as we stretch that leg behind us and then pull back. Look forward and step that right foot right between the hands. You can have your hands on blocks. You've got a nice long runner's lunge. You're up on the back toes. You've stacked your heel over your toes. And asymmetrically, you're working your right hip flexors. And as we drop that left knee, you're getting a nice stretch of your left hip flexors. So hands can be on blocks or bring 2 hands to the thigh. Push that knee to the thigh away. Push that right hip away. Should stay looking forward so I can stay steady. Your left hip is moving forward. With your blocks, move the right one to the right hip, move the left one to the left hip. And left arm lifts high to the sky, pinky in more than the thumb. Right hand to the block, any height that you want. And let's lower our body to the right side. Work that left shoulder back. Give me another smile because that's going to help you drop stress. Smile, everybody. Good. Okay. Breathe in, breathe out. We bring 2 palms back up to the sky. Soften the shoulders down your back. Take your 90-degree saguaro arm. We'll drop those elbows, drop those fingers, elbows high, up and down, up and down. Last one, up. Breathe in, breathe out here. Open to a little back bend. Push that left hip forward. Pull that right hip back. Bring it back up vertical. 2 arms lift high. Right arm sweeps down, left arm stays forward, lengthening out. And then you take a look back towards that right arm and follow your gaze as your right arm comes in and out. Take it in and out, continuing to pull that left hip forward. In, out. Last one, in, up to the sky, reach it up. 2 palms come down. Stay on your knees so we can sit back. Draw those right toes off the ground, driving the right heel into the earth as we flatten the chest to the thigh, the nose to the knee, the chin to the chest. Maybe you take your outer blade of that right foot and lower it out to the side. You'll get that 3rd hamstring stretched. Asymmetrically, we're stretching hamstrings here. Bring your toes back up. How's your breath going? How's your attitude? Let's push that foot back to the floor. Curl those toes under if you want. You can stay on your back knee if you'd rather. We're taking block inside the right foot. Leave left hand on it or left hand to the floor. Draw that left hip towards your head. Take your right arm out like a wing. Crown of the head is forward. Body is off the thigh as you take your twist. Move your spine to twist your body. Look up towards those reaching fingers as you bring your body into this gorgeous asymmetrical shape. Take a look with your eyes. Always gaze first, hand second. And we'll step back to the top of the push-up. We'll bring our right hand inside, roll to Vashisthasana on the right arm, the right outer blade of the foot. The feet are either stacked, staggered, or you have a knee drop down on that bottom leg, the right leg. Your choice. Find that Vashisthasana, which is like Tadasana on your side. Stack so that you can balance. Asymmetrically lift that arm up, reach. Maybe you also lift that left leg up. Breathe. Look back down. Find your top of a push-up again. It might be down on your knees. So now we're in a symmetrical plank position. Pressing down, bones stacked from shoulder, elbow, wrists. Bones stacked through the body. Broadening out the shoulders. Press forward, come down, elbows in, elbows in, elbows in. Up dog or cobra, shoulders drop, tail wiggles. Breathe in, breathe out. Roll it through to your downward facing dog. Press those palms in towards the ground underneath the thumb, the root of the thumb and the root of the index. The triceps externally rotate. The lower arms internally rotate. Left leg lifts. Your hips are level. Your heel is pressed back. Your chest pulls to thigh. Knee bends. Take it into a stacked hip. Keep hollowed out through the armpits. Keep pulling chest back. Tap the knee like a clamshell in and up. Take it in. Can you keep that right foot steady without rotating that heel outward? That's your last one. Let's spin that knee in a circle and open up that hip. Oil it. Breathe. Reverse the circle. Bring that left leg all the way behind you. Pull the chest back. Take a look forward. Pull the chest back a little further. Look behind you. And then all the way forward again to step that foot forward. You've got that 90-degree knee to ankle. You've got your 2 blocks up front here if you need to use them. You've got the toes over the heel, right hip pulling forward. With this long stretch of your legs, you should have about 1 leg width from the heel all the way back to the toes, 1 leg length. And then we drop that knee down, flatten out the toes, or curl them under if you'd rather. Palms come up on the thigh. Settle in here. You've got your blocks. Take the left one, bring it to the hip. You've got your right arm lifting up, pinky in more than the thumb. Rotate the shoulder back. Take the fingers to the block on that left side and reach over the top. Really stretch it out. Beautiful stretch for side body. Open up those ribs, stretch all the fascia between the ribs. Lengthen and strengthen into your organs. We're working into our chest, our lungs, our ribs. 2 arms coming back up to the sky. Reach it up. Breathe here. We'll take it 90 degrees and we'll work those elbow tips. Stay up. Fingertips go down and up. Down and up. Last one, down and up. Beautiful. We take our back bend, we open it up. Bring it back up, reach it to the sky. Stretch your right arm forward, left arm back. Take a look back at your hand. Keep moving your head with the movement of that left arm as it comes center and opens back up. It comes center, opens back up. 2 more times. Use your breath to guide you. Use your torso, use your pelvic bowl to work the shape. And once your arms are back together, they lift high to the sky. They come down to the ground. You sit back towards your back heel. Drive your left heel into the ground as you lengthen out through the left leg. Your chest will find some connection with your thigh. Your nose works towards your knee, your chin works towards your chest. This may be enough for you, but you've got a 3rd hamstring back there that'll get some nice juicy work if you take that outer blade of the left foot toward the mat. You're going to feel a great stretch through an area that you probably didn't even know you had. Breathe in, breathe out with it. And then your foot comes back up to the sky. The sole of the foot works its way back to the mat. Maybe keep your knee down or curl the toes under. You can take your block from the right side and put it inside your right foot. Inside your left foot, and your right hand would come onto that block. And we're ready for our runner's lunge twist. So right arm grounded, left foot grounded. Draw that left knee toward the armpit. Keep it in center. Pull the right hip in towards your head as you take the left arm out wide to like a wing. We turn the spine. We lift the arm as we turn the spine. Use the strength of the torso. Turning the spine is going to help lift the arm. Keep the shoulder relaxed. Keep the gaze steady. Breathe in, breathe out. And then we'll bring that arm back down to the ground. We'll work our left foot back. You're at the top of a push-up. Remember, it's a symmetrical shape. It's a balancing shape, as all of them are, because you are really working to stay where you're at here in this shape. This is a lot of effort, right? So we've got to soften that effort by using slow, easy breaths. Left hand comes in, roll Vashisthasana side 2, lift it up, reach up. You choose if you're stacking legs, staggering legs, dropping your bottom leg, which is your left one. Maybe you're lifting your right leg, you're balancing. Beautiful work, everyone. Take a look down to bring your arm down. And this time when you come down, let's invite the knees to drop. Let's invite the forearms to drop. And let's lengthen out into our Sphinx pose. Sphinx is a nice back bend that's very accessible to most people. You can have ankles together as I have here. You can take them wider that look like this. That will soften the back bend with widening the legs. You grab a hold of your elbow tips to know that you've got the right distance between the right and left side. You reopen the arms. You place those palms flat on the mat. You draw those palms towards you, and you can actually feel your breastbone lift. You can feel your shoulders drop down your back. They pull down, back, and in. You can feel more. That's what you want. You want sensations to be moving through your body with these shapes. Head turns to the right. Take it center, head left. Take it center, chin to chest. And take it center. Let's take that right arm and bring it across to meet that left elbow. Take your left arm long. Bend into that left leg, reach around and grab a hold of it. Now, if you can, you're going to stretch out the right arm. Push the right hand, push the right forearm, push the right shoelaces, push the right thigh into the mat and lift the left leg up. If that feels pretty good, you're kicking foot into hand and shin away. Remember now, you can lift everything up. You just float. You're balancing on your abdominals now. Interesting, right? All righty, come on back down. As you soften into that leg, release it. We'll take side 2 by coming into Sphinx. Set yourself up, grab those elbows, choose where you want your legs. Flatten the palms, pull energy towards you, lift the breastbone, shoulders back. Left hand comes across. Start to bend into the right leg. Reach that right arm forward and then sweep it around to grab those shoelaces back there as left arm extends out. Forehead finds the mat again. You're pushing into the left extremities, pressing into it, firing into the thigh, and then starting to lift that right leg up, up, up and long. Maybe you start the torso lift, the arm, the leg lifting, and you're floating everything off the mat. Find the breath, find the energy, find the love in the shape, and be so glad you're here. Soften everything back down. That's your attitude. Find the love in the shape and be glad you're here. Take it back to crocodile. Rest your forehead on your palms. Shake out your tail. We're going to roll to our right side. Lengthen out. You can have a long right arm and rest on the arm. You can have yourself up on your right forearm. Legs are long, they're stacked, and the toes are flexed towards the shin. So we're going to work this muscle called the gluteus medius. It starts where this hip bone begins and goes as long as where it enters into the thigh bone. So as you slowly, and I emphasize the word slowly, you flex the toes, you slowly lift up from the outer blade of the foot, only as high as that your hips don't start to open. So maybe it's about right there. Then extra slowly, you lower that leg back down. They don't seem like they'd be really, really tough, but they pretty much are very tiring. Slow, control it on the way up, and control it even more on the way down. We'll do 4 of them. You maybe do about 10 of them. If you're really doing the practice, you can pause the video. But just to move on with things, we'll do 4. Notice how slow everything moves, and we can't sink into this shoulder. If you're up on that forearm, you got to be lifting up out of the waist. Otherwise, rest down, arm long, and rest down. So that's 4. We're going to sweep, I'm going to sweep the legs to the other side so that I don't have to turn around. We'll stack them. I'm up on the forearm. I'm not sinking into it. I'm resting, palm down, using strength to lift. Use the floor to lift yourself up. Take a look down. Your upper arm's just resting quietly on the mat. And you're lifting with the outer blade, keeping those hips level, and close it down. Move very slowly up and accentuate the word slow on the way down. We've got 2 more, excuse me. 2 more. When you do 10 of them, you will definitely be feeling it. I can guarantee that that muscle is going to fatigue for you. That is a muscle that helps you with your gait. Of all things, that is really probably the most important thing, is that it's going to help you with your walking, which is something you'd like to be able to do for your entire life. So we need to strengthen it. It's a muscle that keeps your hips intact. There's too much slack and irritation of bones moving around if that muscle is not strong. Okay, so we did all of them. We're going to come back center. I think I wanted to do one more thing here. Yeah, I wanted to do one more really nice balance. So come on up to a forward fold. Balance on one foot, I mean. Shake out your head and slowly bend your knees. Roll all the way up. 2 palms will come together. Drop them into heart. Step a little bit more to the center of the mat. No, a little bit more to the back of the mat, actually. We'll take that right foot and angle it. Put the toes outward, the heel forward. Step the right foot forward and find square hips for your warrior 1. Square the hips, raise the arms. Soften, notice asymmetry. Breathe in, breathe out. We'll take the elbow into the side body. Keep that right arm reaching long, and then drop it right into heart space. Come onto your back toes. Push through this strong front right leg to grab a hold of those shoelaces. Draw that knee into the squeeze of 2 knees together. You might want to stay right here. You might want to put your right hand on the wall. You may want to just lengthen it out and hold it. If you're going on, you're kicking foot into hand, you're kicking shin away from you. You're just kicking, reaching, and breathing. Newton's law of the reaction, equal and opposite. Stretch, kick, reach, breathe. So the pose happens with the tension from the kick, just the pushing into the hand. Breathe here, and then bring your knee back up towards the sky. Float 2 knees up, 1 knee up, 2 hands up. Yeah, float 2 knees up if you can. Show me when you can do that, right? Kick that left leg out, pull it in, kick it out, pull it in. Last one, kick it out and pull it in. Step it forward and bring your right foot back a bit. Take your arms out wide. Take your half fold. Square the hips. Bring your left hand to your hip. Bring your right hand to your block out in front of you. Come up onto the back toes. Kick that right heel up to the sky. Keep those hips level. Keep centered with the crown of the head forward. Solid through your pelvic bowl. Left arm extends out. Flex the foot hard on that right. And let's take that revolved half moon. So this shape is not an easy one to do. It's really quite interesting. And the block will help raise the floor to you. Take a look down, hand down, leg down. Bend and straighten each knee, shake it out. And slowly roll it all the way up again. Two palms will come up and hands come down into heart. We'll step back to the back edge, pretty close to the back edge of the mat. And the right foot is going to angle out and the left foot steps forward. Don't have a lot of time to do all of the intricacies of getting into the shape through down dog and everything. So let's just find some shapes here instead of, I don't have the full hour. Let's take two arms up for your warrior. Solid through your back leg, pushing your right hip forward. Asymmetrical pose, working the right and left side of your body. And then we draw that right elbow in, draw up on those right toes, left hand comes to heart. We push through the feet, solid through the legs, lift through the core, and find that back foot. Draw two knees together. Maybe keep your hand at chest, maybe stretch it out, maybe put it on a wall, maybe stay right here with knees squeezing, heel pulling into glutes. If you're going further, we begin the kick, and we kick, and we kick, and we kick. And I'll read you that law. I can't think of it while I'm balancing right now, but it's the law of equal and opposite something or others. You know, I can't remember as I'm reaching, but I get it when I read it and I feel this. This is like an archer's bow. Just be the archer's bow here. Draw it back up. Float the knee to the chest. Raise two arms high. Knee is at 90. Kick through the heel. Flex the toes. Hold the arms high or drop them into heart. We've got 3 kicks. 2 kicks. And last kick, good. We'll step that foot back. Or no, we got to step it forward, don't we? I can't remember which way we went now. Well, anyway, we're bringing our arms out. We've got the block. Actually, we've got to step forward. I apologize. Step forward. We've got right foot forward because we did that side already. We've got the block moving over to the left side. As we come down halfway, we draw the navel in. Left hand to the block. Left leg is going to move up and back while the right hand's on the hip. Kick through that heel. Kick, kick, kick. Get long from the crown of the head. Stretch that right arm out. Maybe find yourself bringing that right arm all the way up and your gaze all the way up. In breath, out breath. Take a look down to the ground. Hand down, leg down, body down. Forward fold, release, relax, let go. Take a seat on your mat. Take your legs long. Heels push away, toes towards your shins. Draw your energy in. Tip your chin in, hollow out your navel, round your shoulders, and head back. Take that right knee in towards the chest. Move that right leg to the left. Use your left arm to guide it down as you work that left hip underneath you. Right arm's out like a wing, head turns right. Find the peace in this pose. You're getting into that nice piriformis stretch that works right from the glute down that right outer leg. Breathe in, breathe out. Draw right knee back into chest. Give it a hug, give it a squeeze. and give it some length down to the end of the mat. You can work your body to the left side of the mat, make it a little easier as you pull left knee in, fingers wrapping and squeezing in towards the armpit with the knee. And then gently using right hand to guide that left leg to the right. Left arm opens up. Scoot that shoulder underneath you. Take a look over that left shoulder and find that peace. Remember, we put all of the practice together. We enjoy each and every piece of it, even the ones that are extremely challenging. And we don't have fear in any of it. That's just false evidence appearing real. We find the trust in our foundation, and we use that trust from grounding down to lift up and out. As you draw that left knee back into chest, squeeze it in tight. Right leg comes up to join it. Draw two arms around your legs and give a little rock from side to side. And then work your body into Shavasana all the way down. One limb at a time. We take our peace right here. Move those shoulders underneath you. Move those palms up and drop them maybe several inches away from your waistband. And just close your eyes and come inside. Let the peace inside of you just permeate into all of your being. So as we worked today to put everything together, we worked into our hips and our shoulders, those ball and socket joints. We worked into our back bending and our forward bending. Spinal movements give you strength, give you length, give you flexibility. It is important to work your spine every single day in all of the shapes that the spine takes, which is forward bending and back bending. It's lateral bending, it's twisting. So keep that in mind, that you need to be mindful of working your spine to keep it healthy. We worked into balancing, and know that balancing isn't just on one foot. It is every shape you take, you're balancing on something, because that's what you're grounded into, is what you're balancing on. And then you choose what shapes to take, and it's so hard for me to figure out how many to do and what to do. So I try to give you as much as I can, and then I give you too many. So as you start to wake yourself up from Shavasana, you start to breathe a little deeper. You wiggle into your fingers and toes, your ankles and wrists. Your head turns from side to side, and then you slowly move to your side body. Rest your arm out for a pillow for your head. Draw in a deep breath and feel that energy move through you. You made a transformation. Feel that transformation. As you press yourself up to a comfortable seat to join me here, with the crown of my head to the sky, my shoulders back, my navel is in, and my sits bones are grounded. My outer ankle bones are pressing into the earth. Little bit of my outer legs. You just notice and observe. Draw two hands together at heart. Feel the joining of opposites. Feel that thumb graze the heart. And we'll end our practice together chanting one Om. Deep breath in. It was my honor and my pleasure to be with you here today and for the other 3 sessions. So have fun with it. relax, you're at home, just play with it and add some music to them. Have a great day, be safe, and mask up. Namaste.